The global community reacting today to the new security pact between the U.S., the U.K. and Australia. The first order of business helping Australia buy a new fleet of submarines. Here's what the leaders of the three countries had to say.
The first major initiative of AUKUS will be to deliver a nuclear-powered submarine fleet for Australia. Over the next 18 months, we will work together to seek to determine the best way forward to achieve this.
We will have a new opportunity to reinforce Britain's place at the leading edge of science and technology, strengthening our national expertise.
We need to be able to address both the current strategic environment in the region and how it may evolve, because the future of each of our nations, and indeed the world, depends on a free and open Indo-Pacific enduring and flourishing in the decades ahead.
Free and open Indo-Pacific, a very key term there. Let's bring in NBC News Pentagon correspondent Courtney Kube and national security correspondent Ken Delaney for more on this. Ken, these three countries have been working together, obviously, for more than a century in one way or another. What's the real goal of this partnership that we're hearing about now?
It's all about pushing back on China, Aaron. U.S. national security officials have been talking for years about a pivot to Asia to counter Chinese influence. But this new three-way military alliance with the U.K. and Australia suggests that the Biden administration appears intent on finally doing it. Australia has long been one of America's closest allies, sharing very sensitive intelligence, for example. But this takes the cooperation to a new level. The U.S. has shared its nuclear submarine technology with only one other nation, Great Britain. And this agreement envisions cooperation beyond the sub-project on an array of national security technologies, including artificial intelligence, quantum computing, hypersonic missiles, and cyber weapons. For Australia, which has watched China expand in the region dramatically over the last two decades, this pact comes as a welcome relief. And for the Biden administration, this is a chance to change the narrative in recent weeks, dominated by the American defeat in Afghanistan. The Chinese embassy in Washington, meanwhile, reacted furiously, accusing the U.S. of having a Cold War mentality, Aaron.
Courtney, let's talk a little bit about the narrative here. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is going to spearhead this effort for the United States. What's that going to look like, and what does the U.S. get out of all this?
So, I mean, one of the biggest things that this does for the United States is it solidifies the alliance between the U.S. and the United Kingdom, of course, but with Australia as well. The U.S. military has had an increasing relationship, military-to-military relationship with Australia in recent years. But what's critical now is Australia, who, of course, is a major trading partner with China. They're in the region there. And now the U.S. has this very strong military relationship with them, with a partner who's there in the region. That is very critical. This comes after we just heard from the vice chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General John Hyten, earlier this week. He spoke at Brookings, which is a Washington-based think tank. And he talked specifically about how China is outpacing the United States when it comes to research and development, acquisition, and fielding new equipment, and things specifically dealing with nuclear technology, hypersonics, those kinds of things. So the fact that the United States sees China as what they call a pacing threat here, as one of their major near-peer competitors, and now the United States has this even stronger alliance with Australia, again, someone who's there in the region, that is a strong move for the United States. But it does not come without some criticism. You know, France, who is another close mill-to-mill and diplomatic partner with the United States, they're very upset about this decision. They weren't brought into it. It broke up a submarine deal that France and Australia had. So this does not come without its criticisms, Aaron.
All right, Ken Delaney and Courtney Kube, thank you both.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.